Hello, everybody. So I was asked to do a base tour, so that's what we're gonna do real quick. This is fundamentally based off of the Eko Box by WaywardEko on YouTube. That's EKO. Um, yeah, and it just kind of started there and grew as we expanded into it. Um, Someone was saying they wanted to see the exterior, so we'll kind of peruse that real quick. Come on, you enjoy my preem shooting skills. Okay. Yeah, so like I was saying, it's based off the Eko Box. It's what it started out as, and expanded from there. The vehicle bunker was added after the fact. Um, got our little water collector farm out here. Our first starter farm over here. We got a mine shaft over there. Got a mine shaft down here. That's what happens when you invite the Minecraft homies. Take you through this guy real quick. We got our little 2-block separation, 1 block up ladder cheat entry. So yeah, it basically started as this. It went... Did it go all the way over here? Yeah, it was just this long rectangle that went to this far wall over here. Had all the room for our crafting stuff, and then we just had a little square room, like 8x8 or something, with some bedrolls thrown down. Yeah, kind of give you guys a little tour of this. We got our ammo wall. We got your pocket drop-offs here. And then we got our different categories and workstations. And our little murder portal. What did the guy call it? He called it the old school murder disco, something like that. I like it. We got a switch that does our electric fence right here, and also has a couple spotlights attached to it. You can't really see one, but there's one in that cage right there too, facing that way. That was implemented almost as soon as the base was built. I got lucky and stumbled across a couple electric fence posts. Light switch. And then this one's for the roller door. So that switch goes over to that guy, and it opens the door, and it also turns all these guys on. So they're inactive when it's closed and active when it's open. If you guys don't know the tricks for these things, it took me like an hour to freaking get frustrated and finally Google. You gotta load up your gun, you gotta lock the ammo before it'll fire, and then you gotta have power hooked up to it, was my big issue. It took me for freaking ever. I saw this battery, I'm like, okay, it's good to go. Nope, you gotta wire that thing up. Just because I want to show off just a little bit of preparedness going on here. Little ready for the stuff to go down. Just trying to use a language filter in my head that I never use. Sorry about that. Okay, so now, like I said, it was like this little square. Like, that was the edge of the square. And there was, like, a couple beds thrown down here and boxes. And then, I eventually added on to the roof of that downstairs. Like, it was a roof, and it was open, and I kind of started walling things off. That was when the little bump out happened with the murder hole, the turrets. Um, Initially, like, I had planned to be able to stand there and shoot at people since we have 3 people on this server fairly often. And it's kind of hard to shoot through this freaking murder hole with 3 people. It's just nice to have another angle of attack. So I built this little L to be able to, like, those bars were there already, so you could come around and shoot fools. So I put some walls on top of all of that, and then I ended up with this tiny little hobbit room. And while I was trying to, like, the hobbit room was like, it was like that wide. Yeah, about that wide. When I was trying to figure out the freaking turrets, I kept moving them closer and closer and closer, trying to get them to freaking activate without power, which I didn't understand. And I actually was, like, experimenting so much that I had put a freaking plywood building block out there with a gun on it, trying to be like, okay, what is going on? They're like 5 blocks away, they won't shoot. But anyways, building out, trying to account for that, gave me a bigger room, so not super unhappy about it. So yeah, we got La Quichon, the living room. We got our sorted books. So the way we like to do it is whoever owns the game, like this one's my game, we feed that person all the books so that we can get to the end game stuff quicker. And then, like, this is my game, so when I have read all the books, I just take the open ones, the red ones, and I stick them in here so that the other guys can get some stuff. We got my buddy Lord Kane's room. He's a old school metalhead. This is Thor's room. I don't know. He's got some weird thing called a social life or something. I don't really understand it, so he's not here all that often. And this is my room. Yeah, like I said, like, that was the edge of the old room. Like, I literally had this little Harry Potter hole. It's much nicer with a couple extra blocks. And then we got a rooftop. This is still kind of a work in progress. Some farming plots. Some extra space for my recent renovation. That was like yesterday. That's why I put the video up with those guns. I was super impressed with how well they worked. Yeah, solar, which doesn't really provide enough energy. These chintzy little level 3-in-1 solar cells. Those 3s were 37K with the freaking barter discount, so good lord. I mean, I wasn't using like clothing discounts discounts, just the perk discounts. So I don't know. The generator that I just keep running, which has no gas in it. And at least the batteries are holding up. Don't worry about that. And then we got our little hot tub, the flat screen, the bar stools to purvey our realm, or survey our realm. Just some goodies, steaks and beer for the grill. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this thing's just kind of a piecing together of wants after doing the initial Eko Box. I mean, freaking look at this thing. You can tell where I'm just like, you know what? I think I need a little bit more over here. But that Eko Box is a really impressive base build. It totally exploits the enemy AI pathing. You shut your mouth. I'm talking here. So it really exploits the enemy AI pathing. Like, so with that drawbridge up, they think that this is the easiest way to me. So they come up here. And this base can be made really simply out of cobblestone. Cobblestone will get you by. It's a really great beginner base. It's the first thing I did. I think it took me like a day and a half to get stuff together to make a little 2-level. You see that corner right there is about how wide it should be. And it did start out that wide. I said it was a rectangle, but now that I think about it, I did just have a campfire and a freaking forge in there to start with. And it was as things started adding. I added in some more supports and went out that way, and then added in more supports and went out this way. The way that these supports are laid out, it's almost impossible to freaking knock this thing down. So as you can see, like, that's a piece, and that's a piece. I'm not going to go over all the specifics because the guy did a really good job in his video. But basically, this spacing and this pillar support makes it so that they have to break through not one pillar, but the equivalent of 4 pillars just to negate the integrity of this one pillar. And on the Eko Boxes guy's video, it's just, like I said, the box is like that big. He busted out all 4 of these pillars. And like I said, this pillar is actually 4. He busted out everything but one. But one. So one of these freaking pillars will hold up this entire square, which is insane to me. The amount of redundancy in this base design, it's you're highly unlikely to fail. I will probably always do this base design to start out with, and I don't see any reason I'm not going to do stilt houses from now on either. I forgot to do the garage tour for that person that called me out on my vehicle hoarding. I got no idea what you're talking about. We got our little runway. There's that other spotlight I was talking about. Oh yeah, if you do something like this, you have to pull the drawbridge up, or they're going to think that those doors are the quickest way to you. So yeah, like I said, there's normally 3 people on here pretty often. One guy's at work and the other guy's probably sleeping or something. So we got enough room to, here, let's open this up. So the way I designed this was specifically with the truck in mind. I had just made my truck and I knew they were going to have their trucks, and I was worried about zombies breaking them during blood moons, because I noticed they like to like get stuck on them and jump around and cause a little damage. Jump up and get down. But yeah, so when I designed this, I was like, I want to have enough room to come in here and back in to a space. Sure would be nice if I could see back here. But yeah. Oh yeah, so I did this freaking powered garage door, and I was like, yeah, it'll be awesome. Freaking open and close it from either side. Yeah, no. You only get one switch for opening doors. Like this light switch here was initially supposed to be to open the door from the inside. And I tried so many different ways. I'm probably just too stupid to figure it out. But I could not, for the life of me, get it to where every single time if I hit this switch, it did something. And I hit this switch, it did something. Like, I could kind of do this cheat where it went from that switch to this switch to the door, and you could come up and open the door and then close the door. But if you ever came back out here to open the door again, it wasn't going to do it unless you open the door again here and then close it there. So I really don't like the powered door setups, FYI. And yeah, that's my slappy, crappy little home. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for viewing.